So, what is it? It's Monday, October 27th.
Yeah, so we've been back from Expo for a week. We got back a week ago.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we got back last Sunday, so it's Monday, about a week ago.
That doesn't align with my body in terms of time.
Yeah.
The whole event, like the 3 days or whatever, 3.5 or 4 days if you include setup and travel and teardown.
Yeah.
It just feels like one long event.
Yeah, but it also felt short. By the end of the day, Saturday, it's like, we didn't get to do anything yet.
It just felt like one long day and then 5-minute hangout sessions here and there.
So this year was different because we had a booth and we were sharing it with Ian from Nudge magazine. And we had 10 by 10 space to put our crap.
Yeah.
Which turns out is not a lot of space.
It's not as big as you would think. Floor.
Yeah. It's the size of like the smallest bedroom in anybody's house, basically.
But it worked.
Yeah. It ended up being fine, but it was tight, definitely. I mean, we brought coffee. We were serving espresso shots. That seemed to go over well.
Yeah, the coffee was a huge success. Yeah, it was cool, man. I think overall it worked. Maybe our booth location wasn't the greatest, but people came.
Johnny Crap said next year they should move us to the very middle so that everyone can just see the coffee from all angles. And I agree.
Well, you're going to have to hire probably a couple employees, man.
We'll text Rob Burke about it.
See if he can do it.
Yeah, see if he can make that happen. Yeah, so we made the decision to get this booth, I think back in March. The earlier you book it, the cheaper it is.
Right. Well, honestly, you did. I was kind of like not on board 100%. I was like, I don't know, man. This might be a lot of work. And
yeah,
are you sure you want to do that?
Ultimately, like the booth is pretty cheap and you get 2 free tickets. And we were splitting it with Ian, like he was on board. So it was like, it seems like something to try.
Right.
But then like a month before Expo, we're like, oh, we got a lot of stuff we got to get together to make this actually happen.
I know.
It's a lot of work. I mean, we've both done convention center booths before, so we weren't going in totally unawares.
Right. Either way, I think we'll be ready though.
Yeah.
For the next time.
All the questions have now been answered for the most part.
For the most part.
Yeah. I think we could do a repeat booth with much less stress and effort and cost.
So how was your experience having the booth? Like what you thought it was going to be with what it ended up being?
It was pretty close to what I was expecting, to be honest. Like I thought our location was going to be a little better. That like on the map, it looked better than it kind of was in reality.
Well, we compared it to last year, and last year it would have been better.
And then also at the last minute, that random Roger Sharp merch booth appeared that wasn't there on the map. Right. We had kind of a worse spot, and then no one was at that. That was like an unmanned booth.
Yeah.
That was kind of just weirdly stuck right there beside us. But just like we were too far off to the side to get traffic.
Like natural, just casual foot traffic.
Yeah. I think somebody mentioned like, why not line the whole walls of the convention center with pinball machines?
Yeah, like on the outside walls.
And if they had games like along the walls, there would be a way to arrange the games, I think, like Rob Burke's collection of games, to kind of help keep a flow of traffic happening.
Yeah, I think it's a great suggestion. And I think Rob Burke, if you're listening, I think it's a great idea because then you would have a good variety and a good mix of games throughout the place. And then you'd have people seeking out games or having shorter lines for certain games in certain places, and maybe you would spread out the crowd a little bit too.
Yeah, I can see the downside of it being if you're trying to keep all those games maintained,
spread out.
More spread out, and that would probably be more of a hassle.
Shout out to Scorebit for helping us score that Harlem Globetrotters.
Scorebit is like a system insider connected for games other than Stern.
Right.
And so you can install it on basically any solid state game.
Ultimately, it didn't work for the tournament, but the game still worked, and we did have quite a few random people walk up and play it.
Yeah. Obviously, we got lucky just to have that in our booth at all because Ian worked that out.
He's the most connected man in pinball. Ian has good luck having people bring him all kinds of stuff. So
that's true.
We just got to figure it out from him, I guess.
He was getting little packages and things dropped off.
Hey, can you give this to Ian? When Ian gets back, do you mind giving him this? It's like all wrapped up in a bag, or what is this, Ian?
Yeah.
Like a fan club or something?
But yeah, anyway, like as far as the booth reality versus expectations, how did that go for you?
I would say it was wildly different. It's hard to say, right? It's like very positive in certain ways and also negative in some ways. Starting with the negative, just not having enough time to be out and about and look for games, look for cool stuff. The feeling of being tied down to the booth for a certain amount of time. We had like a live stream going. You were serving espresso. We had people coming up to talk to us about the show. We had giveaways. There was a lot going on. And
it was all stuff we had never done before.
I don't want to say we were overly ambitious, because I think ultimately we did it, but I wish there was a little bit more time.
Yeah.
Because really, I only had about, I would say, 2 hours total out of the whole event to play games.
I was expecting that I wasn't going to have a ton of free time to play games, but it ended up being even less than
I'm sure. The only negative aspect is just like the management, the admin.
Yeah.
The positive side was having a home base and having an area you could send people to come find you later. Having a cool inflatable couch to sit on when your feet got tired. Having an espresso machine to keep you energized.
That was handy.
That was the positive side of it for sure.
Also, you can like drop off your crap.
Leave a backpack. You don't have to carry it all day. Yeah.
But the lack of actual pinball that I played was the biggest downside for me, for sure. Yeah.
It made me feel sad a little bit. The whole homebrew section, I feel like I totally slacked on.
Right. The homebrew stuff can be a little bit of a challenge because there's usually only one of each game.
Well, yeah, there's one of each. Yeah, exactly.
If Stern brings a new game, they bring like 15 of them.
Right.
And so if it's a lot of the homebrews have quite a bit of a line almost the entire convention.
Right.
Like Big Trouble in Little China didn't get to play that.
Exactly. That's on my list too. And I guess because we're talking about it, I have to give a shout out / recognition to the MVP, my beloved Sarah. Dude, she held it down. I'm so thankful and so grateful for her to be there, selling shirts, helping with the giveaway raffle stuff, selling magazines. When I told you that I wanted you to come to Expo, this is for you, Sarah, by the way. I imagined us playing games, hanging out, having fun. I didn't really picture you like working for 12 hours, talking to people, passing things, taking pictures and videos and helping us with content. Thank you. And I hope that you will come to Expo with us again.
Because we need help.
Who knows? Maybe by next time we'll be able to afford paying someone.
But you have to find somebody who actually wants to be there. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
You couldn't pay somebody enough to make it actually worth it. For everybody.
I mean, someone like a younger person, right? Like a high school kid or something, and
so it has to be somebody who loves pinball and just wants to be there to work at the booth.
Maybe they're listening right now.
Contact us if you want to be our intern.
pod@bashpinball.com.
Our Expo intern. We will pay for your transportation, your ticket. You just have to work 22 hours a day for 5 days straight.
You can't be better than us at pinball. Preferably bilingual.
Not too good looking.
Not too good looking, for sure. And be nice.
Yeah, that's it. Contact us if you're interested in a gig.
Cool.
For 2026. And you have to be trainable to make espresso. This will include free barista training.
Free barista training. Wow.
That's worth it. Yeah, I could charge for that.
You could probably get a gig at Starbucks. You could put this on your resume. Probably.
I think anybody can get a gig at Starbucks.
Oh, man. Well, we'll figure it out, man.
Okay, so we did get a little bit of time to play. Most people probably know, maybe not, that Pinball Expo was started by Rob Burke. This was the 41st year. The 2 years that we've been, he brought a large number of his own personal games on free play. It's something like 100 games.
It's quite a few games.
It's got to be around 100. This year he brought a totally different set of games. So every time, to me, I'm just looking for games that I've never played before.
Right.
And there's a bunch. especially because there's weird brands and,
European, super rare, weirdos. Yep.
Stuff you've never heard of, stuff you've never seen on Pinside.
And who knows when you'll see them again.
The crazy thing is they're all pretty nice. They actually try to set them up well and keep them running throughout the show. Sometimes the game will go down, but they fix them.
Yeah.
Day one, I think TX Sector was down, but went back next day and it's up and running, playing great. So, yeah, we should talk about some of the highlights of the Rob Burke collection.
Rob Burke. These are my games. So, which ones were your standouts?
The first one I remember playing was BMX. I had never seen the game. It's like a 1982 Bally. They made like 500 of them or something. So it's pretty freaking rare and it's pretty freaking old. So how many of those 500 still exist?
It was pretty cool.
But this one's nice. It has that early 80s upper playfield where it's just kind of like pointlessly higher than the lower playfield and has like a couple flippers at the top and the flippers at the bottom. The cool thing is it has extra buttons on the sides.
Oh.
And as the ball's coming down into the in lanes, if you don't push those buttons, the ball will just drain straight down. You push the button and it fills the gap of the in lane and the ball can pass over it.
You have to hit the buttons to get the full in lane function.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Like, so if you're not paying attention, you'll just drain out the in lanes all the time. And there is a little bit of a timing to it. Like you hit it and it stays for a second. It reminded me of the King Kong action button.
Yeah.
Where on the top left, it fills,
the log
that pops up and it's the same kind of thing, but it's on both, on the left and right, and they have their own buttons.
That's independent of each other. So like your right side has the right button, left side. Wow, that's crazy. Yep. I bet that's a fun one.
I was playing with Ian and he was able to adapt to those buttons very naturally, and I just could not do it. I played it maybe 3 times and I think I saved it with those buttons once. Yeah, that's a fun game. It's a Ward Pemberton game. He did Mousing Around and a couple other random, but not like a super well-known designer, but it was a really fun game. Like anybody who finds one should jump on it. They're kind of expensive because they're rare. They're, in the $4,000 to $5,000 range or something.
I bet. I mean, it looked cool. Like it's kind of like a retro art, extreme sports.
Yeah.
It was cool. I actually liked the artwork a lot. I think that is one of my favorite things about Expo is stumbling upon games that you've never even heard of before.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely ones you seek, right? Like, which is the game I'm going to talk about next. But just stumbling on a game you've never seen or heard of before, just looks cool. You like the art or something and you play it and maybe it has some kind of magical component to it that makes it even better.
Yeah, I do wish there was more of that kind of weird innovation in games.
Like modern games, you mean?
Yeah, there's not, you know what you're getting into with everything nowadays.
It's just hard because some of those older 70s games played the flow, right? It felt more like curvy, more windy, more side-to-sidey, right? I think you pointed out that some of the shots were similar to X-Men or something, but
the way they go across the playfield.
But I think because the shots are so quick, like the gameplay is so fast, right? And we're used to having straight shots, you don't necessarily feel that different flow. And maybe that's the problem. Is the games play so quick, they just all kind of feel the same in some ways.
From a operator's perspective, you kind of want the games to start and end quickly.
I guess.
And then the better people get at pinball, they just want more difficult games and faster games. I know I do.
I am looking for something different, unique and innovative that feels different. I don't want to just see a straight shot hit the thing and then it comes back. I want to actually have some mystery. You know, like the BMX thing with the in lanes. I mean, that's kind of like a gimmicky thing maybe today, but I love the idea of it. It's an extra challenge that you're putting right up front in the game.
Like Spooky Evil Dead with the third flipper is one of those gimmicky things that's actually fun.
Yeah.
I guess I'd like more gimmicks if they're well executed and like actually add to the game. The one in Evil Dead, I don't know if you actually need that flipper to make any shots.
I haven't played it enough. I don't know either.
Yeah, it's still fun, like a novelty. It is useful.
I will say this. Every time I've tried to use it, it betrays me.
Yeah.
So to get back on track, I guess, one of the games that I was most excited to play is 24.
2009.
Steve Ritchie.
Stern.
I think because at the time I was younger, I didn't really appreciate the games that were coming out, right? I would just kind of stumble upon them wherever they were and I would play them, Family Guy, etc., etc. There's a whole slew of games, CSI, 24.
2000 to 2010.
World Series Poker.
Yeah.
Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
The artwork is like pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
The fonts are very PowerPoint.
Yeah, it's like low res, photoshopped.
Some photorealistic, some photoshopped. Is it?
It's kind of grainy looking.
Illustrated? Is it a picture? We don't know.
There's some of the ugliest pinball machines. I mean, really,
dude. But so fun. Oh my god, dude. 24. I don't even know why, dude. Like immediately, it was so freaking fun.
Yeah, you played that before me, but it was on my to-do list because that's a game I've never played.
Exactly.
And I don't think they made that many of them.
It's hard to find. No, dude, but honestly, yeah, it played very much like a fun Steve Ritchie game. Pretty fast and quirky and fun and kind of like not forgiving, but kind of forgiving. It was like a little punishing.
So, yeah, I played it like twice, maybe once or twice. And that was one of the few games where I got on the scoreboard.
Cool.
It did feel pretty forgiving.
Yeah, man. It was just like simpler time. Like the actual gameplay itself, I think it's fun to go back and, you know, how much we love 90s Bally Williams games are just like easy to figure out, easy to kind of begin at pinball. It's cool to see like the next step in complexity in terms of gameplay and rules, even though the art kind of sucks.
Kinda.
Like the actual gameplay itself is fun. It's a little faster, but still kind of basic.
Yeah, it was funny because when I walked up to it, at one point I could have told you that was a Steve Ritchie game, probably. Walking up to it, I was like, is this Pat Lawler or
it's
Steve
the art.
Ritchie? I couldn't remember because, they all look the same.
The art throws you off, dude.
Yeah, they all have that same look. I didn't think it was, but I was like, this feels like a Steve Ritchie game.
It really does.
The only thing is it does stop the ball a lot more than most Steve Ritchie games. You hit a ramp and the peg pops up and stops the ball. You hit this other thing and a little thing pops up and it stops the ball. It's not like a total momentum killer, but it's not as flowy as probably a lot of people like.
Interesting. I didn't experience that at all. I didn't feel that way at all.
Well, you weren't blowing it up like me.
I guess not, dude. I was distracted by the house that opens and the two guys with guns, the drop targets that you have to hit over and over and like get into the house.
Yeah.
I mean, it was great.
Briefcase multi-ball.
Yeah.
Briefcase multi-ball cracked me up.
Man.
It's like a little briefcase toy. It's just like, that's the lamest name for anything.
I love it. I love it.
I thought it was really fun. I had a ton of fun with it.
Right.
But I always have fun if I do well in a game.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. I love games like that. Just simple and fun. You know, you could have people over your house, hang out together, and you don't have to know anything about pinball and still have fun.
It has little toys, it has things that move, it has physical ball locks. It's funny, it's entertaining.
And I think that's why I gravitate to those games, because I imagine doing the same thing with a newer game.
Yeah.
And people's eyes just like glaze over, like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to do what if I do this and this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you see that guy with the gun? Hit that dude, and he knocks, like, falls down. And now we get the other guy.
Yeah, and this has the red Stern DMD era. It was a SAM game, so I guess it feels pretty modern.
Yeah,
it actually felt pretty modern.
It feels modern, yeah. It's 2009. From my experience with a lot of those 2000s, like mid 2000s, early, even the whole 2000s Stern games, it's like they're all so much fun and just kind of victims of bad font and bad art. Because if you actually play those games, Wheel of Fortune, they're all so much fun.
And the show 24, I mean, I didn't actually watch it much, but it was basically like a hurry up.
The whole show is
just a hurry up. Yeah, so it kind of fits, man. That game was fun. When I play those games, I usually don't expect to like them that much. I didn't even look, but it's probably it's not rated super high. And it's a Lyman Sheets coded game too. So the fact that it's Steve Ritchie and Lyman Sheets, like, because a lot of those games are like, well, they shoot fun, but the code sucks. And if Lyman did the code, then maybe the code's not bad either.
This is a great game, guys. Like, seriously, it's number 286.
286. We'd have to sit there and read reviews, which I'm not going to do. Maybe the game sucks, but to me, super fun.
No, I'm Team 24 all around, dude. Team 24.
I mean, how many reviews is that based on?
So I made the mistake of pulling up some comments,
some
reviews.
What does it say?
It's bogus, man. So this guy is talking about 5 months ago. This suit's talking about how you can feel the cost cutting on this one. So come on now.
Give me a break.
This is a 5.7 rating.
Because of all the cost cutting?
You can definitely feel the cost cutting on this one. And why are all the major mechs in the back of the playfield?
Because that's how Steve Ritchie designs games.
Gameplay's all right, but nothing to write home about. I never followed or seen the show. The call-outs seem very uneventful and don't get you excited while collecting jackpots.
All right.
Game doesn't stand out, and to me, hasn't aged well. And not to throw this guy under the bus, Blowback 1976. I mean, your opinion's valid. Like,
Yeah.
Let's take it back to square one, dude. Is the game fun or not? My answer, yes.
If I could find one cheap,
yeah.
I would get it.
Yeah, there was only like 1,200 made, so like it would be a fun, quirky. I mean, come on, dude.
What does it say it's worth? What's the median pin side
Standby.
inflated value?
Estimated value, 4160 to 4840. I think that might be a little high, but I think it's pretty fair. Like 4,000, I think is probably appropriate for that game.
Yeah, I think if you could get one for like under 4,000, you're doing pretty good. It's a fun game.
Again, I just think the theme is kind of like dated now. And
nobody cares about 20. Like, yeah.
But like if I were to go to someone's house and they had that game, I would freak out. I would scream and I would be like, I need to play this game right now.
Even though it's a 2009 game, it almost feels like more retro than it actually is.
Yeah, it kind of does. Yeah. I will never forget, and maybe because of the nostalgia factor, in high school, my science lab teacher, Mr. Deweese, this was his favorite show.
Really?
One day he was out, right? And it had some science shit in the episode, and he let us watch it in the class.
Oh, really?
So anyways, 24.
Yeah.
Great game. Anyway, so that was my highlight of Rob Burke's collection. Besides Phantom of the Opera.
Okay.
And Orbiter 1.
Yep.
And Barbed Wire. I spent so much time on 24, but those games also were like honorable mentions. Data East, Phantom of the Opera, probably the best Data East game of all time.
Maybe.
Orbiter 1, as we know, as we learned at Gorgar Shed.
Phantom of the Opera has that black and red and white kind of color scheme.
Yeah.
Like almost centaur-ish or something. Yeah. And that just works for me every time. Really.
The art's cool.
It's pretty cool. It's a little creepy since it's the artist's daughter. Paul Ferris' daughter is the one who posed for the scantily clad, I don't know who the woman is in Phantom of the Opera, but...
What, Miss Phantom?
Miss Phantom?
Yeah.
Phantomiss?
What was...
Mistress Phantom?
What's the lore real quick? Ian told Sarah that. Well, she told me...
He said something like the artist asked his wife to do it.
Said no.
And she was like, nah.
You creep. Okay, so I'm going to get my daughter.
Yeah. It's creepy. But
I thought it was Madonna.
Yeah.
Like it looks just like Madonna.
It could be something that's like way more innocent than it seems.
It could just be the face. I just need like a general female face to make the art on,
Yeah, but when you hear that, you immediately just imagine like telling his daughter.
Or like he has a shrine for his daughter.
Can you show a little more shoulder?
Oh no, Matt, stop. I don't want to go there. Maybe he was so in character that he became the Phantom.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what you're sounding like right now.
He's like, put this on.
Oh, man. But the art is incredible. And actually don't even know if I've seen that game before.
Yeah.
That back glass.
Yeah, because it's a pre-DMD. It's alphanumeric.
The back glass was like semi-translucent.
Yeah.
With the mask.
Oh, yeah.
And you could see like his disfigured face below.
Yeah.
Ever so slightly. It was kind of like this like frosty. It was incredible, man. It had that cool depth. And you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
You could kind of see his teeth like all jacked up through the mask.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was great.
It's a cool game. And the music is actually really cool. And it shoots fun. It's got red ramps, which you don't see every day.
Yeah.
And like Safecracker is a handful of games with red ramps. But it's just vibey.
What an awesome game.
Yeah. We should try to get Paul Ferris on the show and clear up any misconceptions about the art.
Oh,
there's
man.
definitely people pretty creeped out by that.
And now for a word from our sponsor.
Hey, it's me talking, the Fonz Pinball. Wanna play me?
Play the Fonz Pinball, a rugged machine with plenty of fast action.
Pretty slick, huh?
The Fonz Pinball is the real thing, with drag strip raceways. Lots of bumper action, too. Watch those independent action flippers.
Perfect.
Bells, lights, real scoring. The Fonz Pinball Machine.
Hey.
By Coleco.
And now, back to the show.
So We had like a couple hours the first night, and we got some time in for a few of these games. And we were hanging out with Amy from Tilted Orbit,
Right.
and Jojo Dojo.
Really fun. They came out and we got to hang out for a little bit and ended up playing some games together.
Yeah, and so I think one of the first games we played with that group was Transporter.
Transporter, yeah.
You played that, right?
I was on the Phantom. We were playing in tandem.
Because we had like 6 or 7 people or something, so we were split up across 2 games.
I hadn't gone in on Transporter.
But did you end up playing it?
I never played it.
Oh, okay. So Transporter is another one that was on my wish list because it's pretty rare. I think it was like around 1,000 or something that was made. I've played it on VPX before. The music is super cool. It's kind of not the best game, I would say, but it's fun. It's a System 11 right after the Bally Williams merger. So it's like I think it's a Bally game, but has like Williams hardware. It's like from that transition period. It has one of those play fields. Everything is really close, and there's like one shot kind of up the middle. But if you're not finding the shots, you're just bouncing the ball around, very quickly fumbling in the lower half of the play field.
That's rough.
Yeah. And it's hard to see the shots because there's like stuff in the way, but it has a really cool upper flipper situation. It's sort of like No Fear, like that
jump loop.
Yeah, where you're kind of like hitting it around to an upper flipper and then you have to time that. It's fun. It's got a fun gimmick.
Yeah.
I think I would like to have that game because the art is insane. It's like an original sci-fi theme with crazy monsters and aliens and just really over the top artwork.
It's almost comic booky or something.
It's definitely comic booky. Cool art and pretty fun, actually, once I started to find the shots. I'm sure it's not the best game in the world, but I was glad to find that game, finally.
Yeah, honorable mention, Barb Wire.
I did play Barb Wire.
I don't need to say much about that game, but it was fun. It wasn't as fun as I was hoping it would be.
Yeah.
Gottlieb.
Ultimately, it still got those flippers.
Kind of wonky. It was fun to play an older Pamela Anderson,
I think it was the last Gottlieb game. It was like 95.
Yeah, it was.
But it's a pretty fun game. There's like a fat guy in the middle.
Yeah, he's got like weird, looks
like a Buddha sort of.
Yeah.
There's a door that's moving up and down, and you have to time it so that you get it through the door. It's simple, but I can't think of a lot of games that have that. It's a fun shooting game. It's cheesy looking.
No, but it vibes hard, like in like an ugly way. It has its own like tacky thing that makes it cool. Like Sarah loved it, and what's funny is there was one for sale around here. That's why I wanted to play it, because I saw it and I was like, oh yeah, I totally forgot about that movie.
Yeah.
And maybe it'd be fun, and it was, but probably not $4,000 worth.
Did you ever see that movie?
I never saw the movie.
I think I might have seen it. I want to say it was rented at somebody's house at some point.
We should have a nostalgic movie night.
Yeah.
Dude, I
don't know if I can get through Barbed Wire. That's going to be rough. Did you play Space Jam?
I did not play Space Jam. There used to be one locally, but it never worked right, so I couldn't play it.
So Space Jam was a 1996 Sega game, 800 produced.
Wow.
So I had never seen one before, and they had one there, and I was like, oh, Space Jam, kind of forgot this game existed. It's funny because I was expecting more Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
And I can't honestly remember the Space Jam movie that well. This game is basically Michael Jordan pinball. Forget the Looney Tunes. They're barely on there. It's like Michael Jordan in the center of the playfield, like a huge image of him.
Yeah.
And it's a basketball game. It's a basketball themed pinball machine.
Right.
There's like a couple Looney Tunes characters, like little inserts, but the rest is just Michael Jordan pinball. I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. It's pretty fun.
Did it play well?
Yeah, it played fine. It's got kind of a tough shot that reminded me a little bit of the Death Star shot on the new Star Wars
basket.
game. I was like, is that even possible to get the ball through the net? Because it jumps at the top of this ramp and goes through a hoop, and it works.
Yeah.
It's not super satisfying because you can't really see what's happening that well.
That's the problem, is when I did play that game years ago, it wasn't working right, and that shot was impossible. So I kind of just wrote off that game altogether. Also, I'm not really the biggest fan of Sega games. They just feel kind of like toy, plasticky to me.
They don't feel that great.
I didn't even consider it, but had I seen it, I would have probably played it at least one game.
Yeah, well, I was in the middle of a game and I was like, I'm not sure this ramp shot is possible, the one that goes into the basketball goal, like you said. But then I hit it. It's real tight. It's hard to hit. Like it tapers to basically the width of the ball at the end of the shot. So if you don't hit it really cleanly, you won't hit it. But yeah, I mean, it seemed kind of fun.
That's cool.
I only played one game, but I wouldn't mind playing another game of it if I ever get the chance. But like compared to NBA Fast Break or something, it was like,
yeah,
this isn't that great.
Team Fast Break all day.
Yeah. So another game that was on my Data East list was Time Warp. Mm-mm. Wait, is that what it's called?
Time Warp is the one with banana flippers.
Okay, there's Time Warp.
Time Fantasy is a snail.
Not Time Fantasy. Time Cop, the Van Damme movie. Time Machine?
Time Machine.
Okay, so as late 80s Data East games go, this is one that I've never seen. And it's really fun.
Really?
Yeah, it's just really corny and goofy and has lots of robot call-outs, like that kind of 80s robot voice thing, which just works for me with pinball for some reason. You're traveling through time in the game, and it changes the sound effects based on what time period you're in. I guess if you're in the future, it's like the robot things. I think it even has electromechanical bells in the game.
Cool. That's cool.
And it's got like 2 or 3 ramps. It's just a fun shooting, kind of simple game, but really 80s like art and very retro vibey. I was having a lot of fun with that game. And I don't think they're that expensive.
I wish I would have played it.
It's got like a toilety shot. It's got kind of fun, flowy ramps that do little things. I didn't get to play it that much, but that one's now on my definite to buy list at some point.
I wonder if there's one around here.
The other game that I played that was on my to-do list was TX Sector. I'd never played a TX Sector. Did you play the one there?
I did not.
It's like a John Trudeau Gottlieb game before he moved over to Williams. And it's fun. It's got like 8 drop targets. It's got an upper flipper. It's got like a drop target in front of a ramp thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's got the side upper flipper that shoots to a side ramp, like high speed, but on the other side. It's got like cool art and just really cool music. I see why people like it. I don't think there's anything mind-blowing about it. Like, I know it's a popular tournament game, but it definitely seems like one of the cooler Gottlieb games from that era. It just kind of has all the fun stuff. It does have those real floppy, round flippers.
Yeah.
Even though it's a late 80s game, that must have been the end of that era.
Which, by the way, I'm starting to love those flippers.
Really?
As a novelty.
They felt fine in this game, and so they didn't really bother me, but it was notable that they were the chonky flippers.
You're entering another dimension.
Yeah, so one of the few new games that I got to play was Harry Potter. And we played, I think it was, what's their hierarchy? What's the basic one?
Collector's Edition, Wizard Edition, and Arcade Edition.
Arcade Edition would be like the Stern Pro. Collector's Edition would be like the Stern Limited Edition.
Yes.
Essentially, right?
That's my understanding of it. And I think the Arcade Edition is a new thing for Jersey Jack, as far as I know. Okay, so the Collector's Edition is $15,000. The Wizard Edition is $12,000, which is kind of the price of a Stern LE is like 12 something, right?
Sure,
so it's maybe a little less than an LE.
Sure. And
I believe the new Barrels of Fun games are 11 something, so they're in that kind of range. And then the Arcade Edition is $99.99.
Right.
So it's kind of the same as Stern, but every tier is like $2,000 or $3,000 more.
Yeah, I played the Arcade Edition and I played the Collector's Edition. I made it a point to play both to kind of just feel the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I didn't really, granted, I only played one game of each, but I wasn't really missing anything. I think if I was a diehard Harry Potter fan, I might go all the way and get a collector's because it had all these little extras and it was actually really cool. We got to play with Don from Don's Pinball Podcast. We played a 3-player game. Yeah. He has one and he was like, well, you want to do this? It was cool to play a new game to me with someone who owned one and had experience and knew the shots and pretty much on the fly could answer any question I had. Shout out to Don. It was really cool to see the shot. And honestly, it gave me an appreciation for that game. It is actually an amazing game. I didn't notice any huge difference in terms of gameplay between the arcade and the collector's edition. Mm-hmm. One of the things that stands out to me now about the collector's edition was there's like sparkly paint, like glitter in the playfield, which That's the level of detail and nuance that comes with the collector's edition. Also, like the powder coating on like the rails and the side legs. In terms of gameplay, I haven't played the game enough, but my personal take was I wasn't missing anything in the arcade edition.
More of the aesthetics and
bells and whistles, right? Like sprinkles and cherry on top. But the actual game itself was tons of fun. I was pleasantly surprised at how good the game was and how fun it was. And what we talked about in a previous episode, right? It kind of brings back the mystery of pinball, like where the ball's going to go, where it's going to come out. The lighting is incredible. If I was a bigger Harry Potter fan, this would be the game.
Yeah, so I went into playing that game completely blind. I guess the game's been out for a couple of months at least, right? But I had just gone out of my way to avoid seeing anything about it. So I walked up to it having never even seen a picture of the game or the playfield or anything, like no preconceived notions. I hadn't listened to anybody talk about it. I just like doing that. It's more fun.
I did the same thing, yeah.
I was kind of blown away by that game. It really was like an evolution of what Jersey Jack has been doing. And it was the best shooting, the best feeling Jersey Jack game that I've played.
Yeah, how Elton John feels more like quote unquote traditional pinball, right? Like that's some of the stuff that people would complain about Jersey Jack games not flowing. This feels like that. It feels flowy, dude.
Yeah, it felt fast and flowy. It had a ton of mystery, like what does that do and how does
Tricky
that thing
stuff,
work and how do I get my ball up there? That upper playfield thing, generally I don't care about upper playfield stuff at all, but this was different. This was like shoot the ball up the left ramp and you can hit it around that loop and then hit it up another little ramp that feeds it back down to the same exact flipper, and you can keep looping it as a ramp in the upper playfield. And it was super fun. That shot was just like dialed in and it felt really good.
Super fun.
There's 4 flippers, I think. 3 full-size flippers and 1 mini flipper. But man, I was playing that. I was just like, if I was ever going to get my kids into pinball, like, and if I had $10,000.
Oh, yeah.
Like this would be my go-to.
That is like the ideal home game just because there's so much depth to it and it's just a fun, exciting game.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed with that game. I heard some people talking about flippers and stuff like that, and the games are getting played a lot.
Yeah.
Or is there some like fade in the coils and stuff like that? Probably by the end of the day. I will say it did not feel like a Stern game to me. It didn't feel like Stern flippers. I think that's like a question that keeps coming up. How do flippers feel?
Interesting.
Because people complain about Jersey Jack flippers like crazy, including myself.
What's the complaint? Because I have no idea.
That they're sluggish.
They're not responsive.
Yeah. To me, it's like Jersey Jack has never said they want to be Stern. They want to be Williams. Like, that's been the whole thing, is like Jersey Jack is the modern Williams. And to me, the flippers feel like Williams flippers.
Maybe that's why I don't mind them.
Yeah, they felt fine. They have a heavier feel than a Stern game. And lots of times Stern flippers, I've heard you complain that they almost feel too light and too plasticky.
Almost like I'm clicking instead of like hitting, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I like how Stern flippers feel because they're so responsive and
precise.
And very precise, and you feel like you can do anything with those things. On Harry Potter, the flippers felt like they had more weight to them, but not in a bad way. It's just different. I didn't have any issue with it at all. They definitely have a different feel. Anybody who's like, oh, they feel exactly like Sterns. No, they don't. They don't feel like Sterns.
Interesting.
But they feel good.
I didn't even notice, man. They felt good to me.
Yeah, they feel good. They just feel more like Williams to me, which I'm not complaining about. I will say that one of the games that I was playing, the upper flipper, was not really working by the end of the night.
Which one? One of the Harry Potters?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bummer.
But, these games were getting played a lot.
Getting worked non-stop. It's like arcade to the extreme because there's literally a never-ending line.
Yeah. Pretty much a never-ending line on all these games. They're not getting a break.
It's the ultimate stress test for a game.
I didn't really hear about games not working at the whole convention. Everything was working.
Same.
It feels like these manufacturers have ironed out a lot of technical issues because they realize it's not a good news story if your game is down at a convention center. And like you said, it is a big stress test.
It's the test. Do you want to talk about Winchester since you actually got to see it and play it?
Winchester Mystery House, which was announced right before Expo. I wasn't expecting a new game from Barrels of Fun because Dune feels like it didn't come out that long ago.
It feels new.
Like at our local spot, Dune is still like, that's the new game.
We haven't released that episode yet.
Yeah. That's in the pipeline.
That's hilarious.
But Winchester Mystery House, I had no idea it was coming. We saw Jeff from Dirty Pool like a month ago, who did the sound on Winchester. He didn't say a word.
Freaking tight-lipped.
Nothing.
Congratulations, Barrels. You got yourself a good one because he said nothing.
If you're wondering.
We were shocked. We were like, Jeff, what the heck? We thought we were friends. You didn't even, not even a crumb?
No, we didn't get anything.
Nothing.
So the game was a total surprise, and they obviously timed it for Expo and kind of stole the show.
It worked.
Because Stern had come out with Star Wars like a month earlier, and that was still their newest game.
Right.
A lot of folks were expecting Stern to have a surprise release, maybe like Walking Dead Collector's Edition or Vault Edition. Maybe Walking Dead will be remastered, but if that terminology will be used for a non-music pin.
That's interesting. I didn't think about that.
Because last year, Metallica came out just on one day.
Right.
So Stern didn't have any like ace up its sleeve at this event. And really, it allowed Barrels of Fun to kind of steal the show a little bit.
Not to derail super far, but this expo felt a little bit smaller in terms of vendors and like from the big guys. Like Spooky wasn't there.
Spooky did not show up. And you know what? Did you see the news?
I did see the news.
I guess it wasn't ready yet.
This seemed like the perfect opportunity for Barrels to do what they did. And I think it worked. Even the Stern booth seemed a little bit smaller than last year. I don't know if that's true. It was different. Definitely the layout was different, but
it may have been.
In terms of size, it felt to me smaller.
Yeah, well, and last year they had X-Men and Metallica. Metallica was debuting and X-Men had just come out.
Right. I think you're right. I think Winchester Mystery House from Barrels of Fun kind of stole the show this year.
Yeah, it was the game that everybody was talking about. I guess that and Predator. Predator was the other one that was kind of debuting.
Right.
But of course, Winchester had already sold out, so there was a lot of hype. They only did 525, and they sold all of them like basically by the first day of the show. Like you can't get one, period.
Right. What do you think about that model real quick?
So we're in manufacturing. We make stuff. We make expensive stuff.
We're familiar with the limited run concept.
Yeah, so
to some degree.
If you make 525 games and sell them for $11,000 each, that's $5.775 million.
How many? 500?
525 at $11,000 a pop.
Wow.
So you're making close to $6 million in revenue off of that one game.
Right. Honestly, I think it's kind of smart too, because it gives you a nice kind of cash injection to keep deving, to keep developing, to keep hiring people, to keep expanding, to keep things moving. You got to be careful though, right? Because you can get a little overzealous and then you basically, what is it, Haggis or?
Haggis. The Australian company that went belly up because they overextended themselves, I think, generally.
Right, but I think if you do it in a safe way and responsible, right, and keep up your deadlines and promises, we're good.
Well, I get the feeling Barrels of Fun is run well. And I think they know what they're doing financially. That seems like a pretty smart business model because you're creating hype off of the limited number.
Quantity.
And I don't love that, but it's just a reality of economics. It's like fear of missing out.
Well, and if you're serious about it, you're going to buy it. If you're serious about the game, you're going to buy it.
The thing that I don't like about this, which is kind of ingenious if they do this, but this game is probably going to go up in value or hold its value really well because they made so few of them and they sold out so quickly. Not only that, it seems to be a great game and it's an original license. They're not even paying licensing fees.
Right.
I don't know if they have to pay the actual Winchester house anything. Maybe they should if they don't want to be haunted.
You can't haunt a game.
But my concern is like the next game, they're going to do like 600 and it's going to be a similar situation. And everybody who didn't get a Winchester Mystery House is just going to be like, well, now I got to buy this game or I'm not going to be able to get one.
Yeah.
And then they sell out of the 600. Then the next game they do 700.
Yeah.
And it's just like a cycle of FOMO.
Yeah.
And then it'll backfire if they don't keep the quality of the games up.
That's the only problem. If you cannot deliver the actual promise of the game, then that model sucks.
Right.
Because then the game will lose value and people will be pissed, we're just guessing here, but like this was kind of like a shoe-in last minute.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe that was the plan. Just like a quick capital infusion for the next game, which might be a licensed game, which they will produce in a larger number. Maybe this is going to help them fund the next game that's going to be the next Dune, the next Labyrinth, the next whatever.
Well, and they still have Dune and Labyrinth available.
Right,
you
right,
can still buy those games. So, yeah, it feels a little bit like an experiment.
I like it.
Well, Barrels of Funds feels like they're really trying to appeal to collectors, right? So their first game, Labyrinth, is a cult classic movie, and there's a huge fan base for that movie. So they know making that game, no matter what,
yeah, of course,
they're going to sell half of them or whatever to people who are not even pinball players, people who are Labyrinth fans who buy every Labyrinth thing and can afford it.
Of course.
Dune, similar. This is different because there's no theme, there's no built-in collector market.
I was surprised, to be honest, with what you're saying. I was surprised that it sold out that quickly because I didn't really expect 500 and something people to pull the trigger that quickly on a theme that was literally just haunted house, because before the game, I wasn't familiar with the Winchester house.
Winchester to me is just it's like
a rifle or
it's
something.
the rifle company, and it is based on
the same family.
The family, yeah, the Winchester rifle family.
The rifles killed so many people; they're cursed now.
Sure,
we'll go with that.
Yeah, and I'm sure maybe that's all it was, and the reason that they did a small release, 500.
Yeah.
It's like, well, there's no built-in fan base for this theme. So we're going to make half as many of them.
If you're going to buy. If you don't, you don't. See what happens. And I guess it was good.
And I think it kind of gets me excited about the original theme stuff, because you and I are always talking about how much
Yeah, totally.
we just want more original themes. And this was a little bit of a proof of concept, right? And it's also taps into like some of the most iconic, sought-after pinball machines are Theater of Magic,
Right,
and Tales of the Arabian Nights, which are both John Popadiuk games, but they have like this mystery, whimsical, magical element to them.
Popadiuk loves magic, and that's the thing about magic. You don't need an explanation. Magnets are kind of like magic.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good marriage for pinball. Magic and pinball go together so well, and like haunting and like just supernatural. You can do fun things with the toys and like disappearing and
Harry Potter too. That's another game that really capitalizes on the magical element. I think that's a big part of why that game is so fun, because it's like magic is happening under the playfield. The ball goes here, it comes out here, it looks like it disappears and reappears.
Yeah.
It's really kind of like easy stuff to pull off thematically in pinball, and it just works. It resonates with people. I think Barrels was really smart to use that kind of magical, spooky sort of element in an original theme.
which, by the way, shout out to Brad Albright.
Yeah.
Because that artwork was pretty awesome. This conversation reminded me of us talking to him, because he was telling us how excited he was to work on this theme, because he's also a fan of like magic and pinball.
Yeah.
And just having the kind of freedom to do a little bit more original stuff as opposed to being bound by license or something.
Yeah.
It was really cool to talk to him at Expo and get a little bit of his perspective and background. And unfortunately, I didn't play the freaking game. I didn't get to play it, but I did go upstairs to the private little Barrels of Fun room.
Yep. Well, it wasn't private. Anybody could go in there.
Right. But
it was like an extra room that they had, like the lights dimmed, and they had that game and Dune.
But in that setting where you could actually see, like it was dim.
Yeah.
So you could actually see the way the light was like popping off the back glass and just the whole... Dude, honestly, man, like...
And it was quiet in there.
If you didn't see the game in the dark, because the artwork and like the whole vibe, and it popped so much harder.
Well, they had their main booth covered.
They had it kind of tinted. Okay,
yeah, they had it tinted. The main difference in that room was you could just hear it, and the light was a little more controlled, I guess.
But even like the Dune game too, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Johnny Crap. That artwork also kind of was striking to me. As soon as I walked in and I saw it, like the giant sandworm on that back glass art, that was incredible, dude. That experience totally changed my perspective on the game. It totally changed the way that I consume the art on both of those games.
Right.
Just being in that environment, a little bit quieter, a little bit darker. You can really see the colors come through the glass and through the light and the actual play field.
Yeah.
The way that it all looks cohesive and almost like 3D in a way.
Yeah.
I think If anyone ever during the show said anything negative about the art, you're wrong. You should have seen it in the slightly dim room that was upstairs because it was totally different.
I think these games are so much more fun and feel much more complete in a home environment. Even in the expo environment, you can't hear anything. There's bright lights shining down on the playfield.
It's like classic rock overhead somehow.
Yeah, there's music, there's noise, people tapping you on your back constantly. I wish every manufacturer would have a space like to play their new games. Barrels of Fun was very smart to have that type of setup at Expo.
I agree.
Anybody could play it that way.
I agree.
If you could wait in line long enough. They had one in that room and then 2 or 3 more. There was maybe 4 at the whole, less than 5 at the whole convention. Everybody's just waiting in line constantly for it. So there was like as many as like 20 plus people waiting to play that game at any time.
Yeah, I was in line the one time that I thought I was going to get to play it. They were about to close shop and I'm sitting in line. I have a terrible headache because I hadn't really eaten very well. I didn't drink any water all day.
Yeah.
Ultimately, like the game beat me out because I was exhausted. I had to leave, but
so I did play Winchester. I think it was Saturday night. Expo goes to like 1 a.m. Saturday.
Well, I wasn't feeling well when I left. That was the same night.
Right. We were all in line together, and then I went downstairs to see if the line was any shorter. It was not, and I came back up, and you were like, I gotta go. So I just took your place in line and did get to play the game. Unfortunately, it was like the 12:30 a.m. the last night of the convention, and I was not on my game at all. So I had a very brief, bad game. It seemed really fun, but I did not have time to get back in the line again to even play it a second time because it was like they were going to be closed and that was it. So I was like, well, I guess that was maybe my one shot to play this game.
We were so cooked. We were like running on fumes, and I knew I wasn't going to enjoy the game no matter what because I felt so crappy. That's when I just threw in the towel and I said, you know what? I got to go because I'm not going to get anything out of this.
Given the situation and the rarity of that game, a few arcades will probably get it, but it's probably going to be mostly in home collections. We might have to go to Brad Albright's house or Jeff Dodson's house to
I know.
play this game.
Which honestly, dude, I think I would prefer.
Yeah, it'd probably be better.
It'd be way more fun. We can actually hang out.
Our local place does have a dune, and they've been buying up games, so
they might.
Maybe our local place will get one. You never know. They got an Evil Dead, and that was a game that sold out.
Who knows? Those guys are pretty serious. Triangle Pinball Collective. I mean, like,
hopefully they'll get one, or we'll find one we can play locally more and talk about it, get a better feel for it. But, walking up to it blindly, it seemed like it had fun shots. Obviously, the art is really cool. The house across the back, the shots, everything just seemed great. The music was cool. Call-outs were cool. I wish I got to play it more, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll just have to report back later when we actually have a little bit more hands-on experience.
Okay, nerds, I know what you're thinking. The rare 1989 Bally game is not called Transporter, like we said. It's Transporter The Rescue. But the rescue part is written in like 10-point font, and I forgot. So sue me. Actually, don't. Please don't. Anyway, our next episode will cover Predator from Pinball Brothers and a few other things to wrap up Expo 2025. And then after that, we will be back to our regularly scheduled programming. Look out for some upcoming Expo videos on our YouTube channel, including a great one about the Monster League Hockey Homebrew, one of the standout games at the show this year. Don't forget to follow and subscribe and review. All the cool kids are doing it. Don't be a poser.
Territory now. Return to your home.
Evacuate all personnel.